nice, easy, restorative yoga. I want to just hope, and I've been thinking about you all missing the personal contact at each practice, but I'm delighted that we're still able to offer this through this wonderful online system that we have. So a big thanks to all the staff behind the scenes that are keeping this moving forward for us all and bringing a sense of gratitude that we can still connect and practice, keeping very much our focus on our physical well-being and also up into the mental body, because it's times like this, as the weeks are going by, you will notice a change in the emotional state. You'll be like a web and flow of emotions, and we need to stay very much aware and connected to how we're truly feeling, and also in the emotional body. And that's what yoga really offers us, that opportunity to step away from all the busyness that's going on around us, especially within the news and social media, and coming to a place where it's all about you and we simply just connect in with our breath. So I want to welcome you all to this practice today, and let's just sit still, coming into this lovely lotus position, just gently closing your eyes and beginning to bring your awareness into the breath, our wonderful juice of life. And I would love for us to connect the heart center with our breath. So I want you to visualize that when you're breathing in and out through the nose, that the heart is breathing with you. So taking that wonderful inhale and the exhale, just giving the mind a chance to settle down, bringing your awareness more into the here and now, taking time out for you to recharge, reboot, and reconsider how you are feeling today. Because every time you meet yourself on the mat, it's a brand new experience. So just keeping that lovely flow of breath going. Then I would love for you from here just to bring your hands to heart center. You're going to take a nice inhale and reach those arms up towards the sky and try to align them with your ears as you stretch. Notice the groundedness into the sitting bones. And then bring the hands back to heart center. So we're still working with the pranayama, the breath work. So inhale, floating the breath right up to the very top, reaching as long as you can. And then with the exhale, drawing the arms back down again. You're trying to sync the two together. So let's do two more like this. Taking your inhale, lifting the breath up, feeling the movement in the body. And then as you exhale, releasing the arms right back down to heart center. And just allow from here your chin to drop down. And this will offer a gentle stretch into the top of the neck, the top of the spine. Squeezing also into the throat lock as we press down into the thyroid glands. And then just release your hands down by the hips. Fingertips lightly connecting and gently sway the chin from side to side. And again, at any opportunity, please come in to an awareness of connecting in with how you're feeling, noticing the experience of the movement. Hopefully the mind, even in this short time, is starting to settle and be more aware and conscious of yourself. So just settle in the middle, bring your gaze, even if the eyes were closed, begin to blink them open. And then let's take our hands in front. We're going to mobilize into the spine. So I want you to take a nice big breath in and then lengthen forward from your heart. Give a gentle sway here. Notice the leg that's in front. So the target area would be right round into the glute, into the piriformis, the IT band, and then walking the hands over to your left side, perhaps placing your right hand on the back of the left hand, and just notice that length down the right side body. Soft head and neck, holding it here for a moment, and then bringing yourself back through center, going in the opposite direction, and place the left hand on the top of the right hand. And just notice where you feel this in your body, different side, different experience. Bringing yourself back to center, just aligning the spine, stretching forward, and then walking the hands back up again. Placing the hands at the back of your hips. Let's take the spine the opposite way as you lift your heart and chest towards the sky. Maybe pushing up onto those knees if that feels good. Breathing into this space. opening the chest, and then very lightly allowing your hips to return right back down towards the earth. And from here, just observe the way your legs were crossed so that we can shake them out and not get mixed up when we crisscross them in the opposite direction. So let's go there now. So we're just again grounding in and anchoring into our practice this morning. So let's come into a nice twist position, taking your left hand over to your right knee. Inhaling up through the crown of your head and have a look over your right shoulder. Staying nicely balanced on those sitting bones. Wrap your right arm around your back and lean back just ever so slightly so that you're keeping the left shoulder from dipping down. Squeeze into the tummy, working into all energy bandhas, the throat lock, the tummy lock, and then lifting up lightly through the perineum into the root lock. And then soften from this, and let's swish the opposite way. As we inhale, lift up through the crown of our head, and let's look over the left shoulder. Taking the left arm around your back this time and lean back just a millimetre, trying to line that lovely right shoulder so we're not dropping down, we're lifting up, squeezing and wringing out that cloth of tension. Letting go of anything that has no further purpose. Give the jawline a gentle wriggle and then gently bring yourselves back to centre. And just bringing a sense of balance into your hips, place your hands in front and lift up from the heart. And let's come forward from the chest, just stretching forward. And I want you to observe how you are right in this moment. So take a moment to scan through your body from the crown of your head. Notice for any sticky areas, any areas of tension. Feel free to move into that space or send the breath down there to soften. Breathing right down to the very soles of your feet. Going to energize the body. So let's walk those hands back up again and just gently release the legs. Give your knees a little roll, give those ankles a roll to get the circulation going. And then I want to work into the core just a little, just to fire up a little bit of energy, a little bit of agni, a little bit of heat in the belly. So I'd love for you to sit with your feet flat to the mat, big toes centered, holding on below the knees. Lift up super tall. So take a nice inhale through your nose. Melt your chin to chest, and then let's lean back as you round those shoulders forward. Go back to the energy bandhas, chin lock, tummy lock, root lock. Hold it here. Then let's lift our gaze and release those hands. Palms and fingers are active. Pull your tippy toes back and slide your heels away as you lean back. Belly button pulling in nice and strong. From here, let's lift the right leg up and hold it. And maybe lift that energy up a little with the arms. Bring that energy back down to shoulder height and release the right leg. Let's go left side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Lift that energy up a little, hold it. Bring those arms back down to shoulder height and release the left leg back down again. Lean back an extra little millimetre and release the palms facing up. So anything we do on one side of the body, we'll always balance it by connecting to the other side. Holding this here for a count of 4. Flex the feet, lifting the energy through the palms of your hands for 3, for 2, for 1. Take that energy up to the sky. Feel a lovely release in the abdominal area. Bring the soles of your feet together. Give a gentle wriggle back so you have nice long legs into diamond shape. And then lengthen forward from your heart. Just noticing where your body can go. Give it a little sway again. We're always looking for that lovely new space. Softness in the shoulders. The only thing that stays slightly strong is the squeeze into the abdominal area, because we want to pushing out any toxins and tension from the organs internally. We want to relax those shoulders. Think of the length of the spine from the crown of your head to the tailbone. Looking to get rid of any blockages here, letting the energy flow. Then from here, I'd love for you to lift your left elbow up and have a little peek in underneath. So there's a gentle twist. Release the left elbow down. Take an inhale, lift the right elbow up. And then gently let that down. Go back to left side. Inhale, lift it up. And release. One more, lift the right elbow up, going with the breath, and gently release. Just hold it here in center.
Notice where you're at in your body. We've one more set to do. Take an inhale,
bring the body right back up again. If you want to shake out those legs, feel free to do so. Then let's come into our second round. Bend those knees, sit up nice and tall. Take your energy breath in, drop the chin to chest, and then rounding back, going to chin lock, tummy lock, root lock. Be super solid. I'd love for you to notice the broadness across the upper back as you peel the shoulder blades apart. Hold it here. Then very lightly lift your gaze, release those hands. Let's pull the tippy toes up and slide the heels away as you lean back. From here, you're going to bend the knees in and elbows together, sit up nice and tall. Take that energy back. Lift the energy up and open it out to the sides. Inhale, bring the energy up, bring the energy back down to center. One more set. Inhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, and slowly take that energy back. Let's inhale, lift that energy up. Open the energy out, but you're going to hold it here for a count of 4 and 3 and 2. Keep the feet flexed, and 1. Bring that energy to center and drop it back down to shoulder height. Take it up to the sky, grow tall, stretch. Bring your feet into diamond and lengthen forward from your heart. Giving that little wriggle into the sitting bones, finding your place, soft shoulders, soft neck. Squeeze into the tummy, jawline super soft, and just be. Any opportunity, checking in and noticing how you are right in this moment. So we remove ourselves from the busy world and we center and ground ourselves. And this in turn helps to build inner strength, build the resilience we need for the week ahead. So take a moment to be very honest with how you are within your mental body, within your emotional body, and within the physical body. Where do we feel it? Then very carefully take your inhale and bring your body back up again. Give a gentle shake out, and then I would love for you to come round from here onto all fours. Just placing those hands nice and wide, shoulders over wrists. Give a gentle sway here with your hips. Working into the lower part of the spine, let's start to circle the hips this time. So taking those circles one way, notice how that feels, just freeing up the lower back, creating new space around the abdominal area, in and around the hips, and then gently stop, and then let's take those circles in the opposite direction. So just working into the spine, feels good. Then I would love for us to work from the tailbone to the crown of our head. So an inhale, I want you to scoop your tailbone towards the pubic bone and visualize each vertebrae one by one rising to the sky. Come to the shoulders, the head and neck will tuck in, go for a gentle squeeze and hug yourself into the pit of your belly. Feel that connection. Then gently floating the breath away, push the tailbone back. Feel your abdominal area melting towards the earth as you bring your heart forward, bring your sternum forward, your throat forward, and stretching lightly into the chin. Relax the shoulders back and down. So we have a lovely dip in our spine. Let's do 2 more like this. So inhale, watching the back body, observing the rise right up to the shoulders, then let the head and neck fall, the chin tucks in. Don't forget that nice internal hug to yourself, holding it here. And then releasing, pushing the tailbone back, leave the head where it is till you feel that Mexican wave style, dipping, bringing the heart forward, bringing the sternum forward, the throat forward to the tip of your chin. Last time, inhale, breathing and mobilizing into this wonderful spine. The main line of communication throughout your body. So you want to keep it flexible and well. Hug it in tight, then gently let it go as you float the tailbone back. Notice and focus on the front body, the change of the spinal shape. Bring your heart and sternum, throat and chin forward. Hold it here for a breath. And then lightly come to a neutral position, whatever that means for you, and just float your bottom back towards your heels and stretch those arms forward. Give a gentle roll of the wrists. So I would love for us now to come up into a nice toe stretch and foot stretch. So let's bring our bottom right up onto our heels, and everybody's going to be very different to where you can go here with your flexibility. So I would love for you just to keep your bottom on your heels and lean back slightly. If you can lift those knees away from the earth, then that's what we're looking for. But don't worry if you can't. If it's too strong on the tops of the feet, we're looking for that lovely 7 out of 10, feeling that pressure. If you can balance here, go there. If you need your hands for support, take them. Or maybe you can drop back onto those elbows, keeping the knees up high as well. That's quite strong on the feet. We're looking for that 7 out of 10. Just hold it here for a moment. Breathe into that place. Jawline nice and soft, no tension. Then gently float the knees back down again if they were lifted, and come forward onto your hands, where you'll tuck your tippy toes in and under. It feels good. Hands, where you'll tuck your tippy toes in and under. It feels good. And just gently pulse backwards and forwards. Then I would just love for you to lift the feet up and float them for a moment, paying attention to the sensations in the feet. Don't move them, just hold them there, and then give them a gentle sway if you wish. Tuck the tippy toes in again and sit back up. So now your tippy toenails are facing forward, and again the weight is on your heels. This might be enough for some, or you may be able to lean back a little because you're getting now pressure on the crease of the toes, and we're dropping down into those, really into the bones, where those energy meridians either start or finish. So if we can keep those flexible in this chi, the energy in our body will flow to those areas and right up through the organs, right up through to the crown of the head. So this is really internal, healthy, well-being work. Just hold it here. Take the breath down into the feet. Hold it for another moment. And then let's let that go. Feels good just to come out of that. Release the feet, give the heels a gentle sway, and then let's work into the hands for a moment. So you're going to turn your palms facing down, but turn your thumbs away. So we're stretching into the front part of the arm, and we'll do that on both sides. Bring your knees in a little closer, and all I want you to do is just rock backwards and forwards, stretching into the front of the arm and pressing the palms of the hands firmly into the earth. Take a moment to notice where you feel this. Nice stretch. And then when you're ready, let's turn those hands the other way. So you're coming to the crease of your wrist, not to the knuckle, right down to the crease. Turning the thumbs inwards, again, just gently rocking. You might feel this a little bit more sensitive than the feet, or maybe it's the other way around. Everybody's different, so we just observe this. Just noticing you. Take a moment to feel it and receive it, the benefits of this. Then when you're ready, just set your bottom back to your heels, give those wrists a little turn around and flick away any tension from here. And then I would love for us to come back onto all fours. Going to prepare for a downward facing dog. So shoulders over wrists, knees underneath the hips, tuck those tippy toes in. The hands and feet have been prepared to share this weight. Let's lift the tailbone up to the sky. So we're aiming here to have the feet about hip distance apart. Start to pedal out the legs, so we're encouraging a little bit of length into the hamstrings. And then I would love for you to think about the squeeze of your chin in towards your chest. So we're still stimulating into the throat block, into the thyroid gland, which is really good for your metabolism. And then as you melt those heels to the earth, I would love for you to think about, am I sharing this weight through my body? So you're not heavy on the hands, not too heavy on the feet. There's an evenness, lifting up out of the shoulders, coming along the spine to the tailbone,
and then down the backs of the legs towards the feet. And you're aiming to plant your heels to the mat. Then I would love for us here to rise up high on the balls of our feet and then begin to walk your feet towards your hands. Don't worry if you need to come up onto your fingertips, that's fine, and hold it here for a moment. And then walk those feet back into downward facing dog. Relax the heels down, chin into chest. Suck up the kneecaps. And one more time, rise up high on the balls of your feet. Take your gaze between your hands and see how far you can walk up. Really trying to bring your big toes behind your wrists if you can. Don't worry if you can't. Then step it back. We are all different, so we observe our own bodies. From here, I'd love for you to do a clearing breath. So take a nice big deep inhale through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Let it all go. Then let's take our gaze between our hands. And if you need to bring your right hand behind your right leg to lift it up, that's fine. But otherwise, step your right foot in between your hands, wriggling the left leg away. So you can set your left knee onto the mat. If you need to roll your mat in for extra padding, do so. But we want to make sure our right knee remains over the ankle and not in front. So we're going to come up into a nice lunge into the left hip flexor. So let's draw those hands perhaps to your waist. Or if you want it a little stronger, you can take both arms up overhead. But we're not leaning forward. If anything, there's a gentle back bend. And the focus here is into the left hip flexor. So we'll hold it here for a moment. Interlace the hands if you can, keeping the arms in line with your ears, and just breathe into this. Try and sink. Take the breath right down into the left hip flexor. Hold it for one more moment. Lean back if you wish. Just a little bit. Then gently release those arms, bringing them down maybe towards the earth beside you. And then from here, push that front leg strong and straight. The focus is now changing to the right leg. So pull your tippy toes up. Try to drop through that thigh and knee and turn your torso towards the right leg as we stretch into the right hamstring. So gently allow your body to fall forward. Maybe hand on your shin, maybe on the earth. Keeping those toes nice and strong, gently forward fold, aiming to bring your chin towards the right shin. Hold it here. Notice this. Breathe into the back body, keeping those right toes nice and flexed. No, it's not going to last forever. Deep stretch into the right leg, into the hamstrings. One more breath, then inhale, lift that energy up. Very carefully set your right leg back to the left knee and set your bottom back down to your heels just for a little moment, just to recharge, just to notice, letting that posture sink into the body. Just hold it here. And then, as I said at the beginning of class, anything we do one way, we'll always do it to the other. So let's come back up into our downward facing dog. So just bringing our shoulders over the wrists, knees underneath the hips, tuck those tippy toes in and rise. Lift the bottom up, pushing back through the heels, go to the energy locks, lift up out of those shoulders. And if you want to give a gentle sway or play about with the bicycle, bending the legs, that's absolutely fine. Jawline remains soft. This as we take that left leg back and set your bottom back down to your heels. You can turn your palms facing up here if you wish. Soften. You can place the palms together and bend the elbows into a prayer style pose. Or some people love their child's pose with their arms by their sides, palms up and shoulders nice and heavy. Just be here for a moment. And we're going to rise up into our camel pose from here. So I invite you to take an inhale, come right up onto those knees, place your hands onto the lower back, and we're going to lift up into heart center. And there will be a little bit of pressure into the lumbar part of our spine, but that's okay.
So long as it's a broadness of sensation, not a pinpoint pain. If it is, don't go there. So I want you to take your inhale and observe. Push your hips forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift up from the heart so you're easing the pressure on the lumbar part of the spine. Think about the chest rising, the heart rising. Maybe look up, maybe look back. Maybe hands can come to the heels, but keep the hips pushing forward. Breathe here. You'll feel a lovely lengthening in the front body as well. Hold it here. Few more breaths. Let your body receive this lovely energy. One more breath. Then come up nice and square. Engage the core. Bring that energy back up again. Set your bottom down to your heels. But this time, let's bring our big toes together. Widen out those legs and let your heart either maybe onto forearms, or maybe you can surrender right down towards the earth. Breathe into this space. Give a little wriggle into the hips, softening into the groin, softening the tops of the feet, the shoulders, the belly. Notice how this feels. Just be present in this moment. And if you are there, then you really know that you are doing yoga, because that's what it's all about. The union of your mind, your body, and your breath. Nothing else matters for now. Hold it here for one more moment. And then very gently, let's walk those hands back up again. And we're going to bring ourselves round now onto our back body. So I would love for us just to lie down onto our back. Take your time coming down. Bring your knees into chest for a moment. And then let's take both legs straight up to the sky. Push them straight. Those hamstrings have been opened. And then if you wish, you can open up those legs as wide as you want them to go. Maybe use your hands on the inner edge of your thighs or stretch them towards your ankles, flexing the feet and just allowing the legs to come to where is a good place for you. Stretching out, nice long stretch from heel to heel. Breathe into this. Just holding it here. The legs start to tremor, you've gone too far, so back off a little. One more breath here. And very gently bring your hands to the outside edge and help those legs back up again. Bending your knees in towards your chest. Place your hands on your kneecaps and just straighten out those arms. Then from here, take an inhale, bend the elbows and pull the knees in. An old Ayurvedic exercise, like pressing the energy into your body, and then push those legs away from you, keeping the heels and legs soft. Two more like this. So as you inhale, bring the energy in, squeeze it in. And as you exhale, release and push those arms straight. Last time. Take your inhale, breathing in, holding the breath at the top. And then I want you to notice where your breath ends. Try to coordinate releasing the breath with the movement of the legs and the arms. Then very gently set your feet down onto the mat. Bring your arms back into Goddess pose. So that's two capital L shapes from your shoulders to your elbows, from your elbows to your fingertips. And you have a choice here to either keep your feet flat on the mat, or if you're a little stronger, feel free to hover the feet and just drop both knees over to your left side and look towards your right elbow. You can either hover the legs if you can to make it stronger, or rest them on the earth, whatever feels good for you. Just a gentle twist, just to finish. Hold it here. And inhale, bring the knees to center, either feet on the earth or not. Twist over to your right side. Look to your left elbow. Holding it here, squeezing belly to spine to protect your back. Looking the opposite way. How does that feel? Breathe into the left side body and very gently inhale, come to center and just bring yourself into a little baby pose. You're going to hold the soles of your feet, drawing your knees down beside the body. Just play about here for a moment. Just remembering that when you were about 9 months old, you sucked your big toes while you were here. So smile at yourself, or maybe go ahead and suck your big toe if you can. So just play about with this. Nice little baby pose. Rocking about, bringing a bit of lightness into your mind. Moving away from all the stresses and strains that are around at the moment. So I want you to give yourself a lovely hug. So bring the knees together. Take an inhale, bring your chin up to your knees. Reach to the soles of your feet. Hug it in. Squeeze into the tummy. Squeeze into the root lock. Compress your energy you made into the depth of your body so every cell and tissue receives it. And then gently just let that go. And you're going to meet yourself in that wonderful posture, Savasana. So just allowing the body to fall down into the earth. Relax the feet, the calves, the backs of your knees, the hamstrings, your thighs, right up into the hips, the butt cheeks. Just notice the natural alignment of your spine, up through the shoulders, down the arms to the fingertips. Think about the chest, think about heart center, think about the neck, the face. No tension, right to the crown of your head. Just let it be. Take a deep inhale and exhale through the mouth. And just digest and receive all the positive energy your body requires, your mind requires, heart center desires. Just looking for the lovely spaces and pauses between your thoughts. Looking for the silence between the emotions coming and going. Relax. Take a moment to notice any sensations, subtle sensations, subtle changes, maybe areas that you felt quite sticky in before the practice. Just notice the new space in the body, in the mind, in the heart. And return to that lovely heart and mind breath as you inhale. Let the heart and mind sink, and as you exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Feel the heart. Notice your mind. And just very gently begin to wriggle the fingers, the toes. Maybe offer a little stretch, hug, whatever feels good, and then softening the knees, bending them in. Let's roll over towards our left side for a moment into a lovely fetal position, moving away from Savasana like a corpse pose. We move to this beautiful place where it's like a new beginning. So you've left behind anything that no longer serves you, new headspace, new energy to take away with you. So let's bring ourselves up as you use the right palm to help push yourself up again. Just coming to that lovely crisscross lotus position, that beautiful flower of hope that grows in very dark, murky waters, and yet it sits up on top of the leaves in an absolutely perfect state. And that reminds us that sometimes life can be dark and murky, but there's always hope and positive change available to us all. So let's just seal our practice together by clearing away anything that has no further purpose by a big deep inhale to the pit of your belly, and just sigh it out through your mouth. Let's place our hands at heart center. I wish you the happy week. Please keep safe, keep in touch, and let's now seal our practice, guys, as we raise our hands, smiling at yourself, and exhaling as we bow forward. Namaste. I bow with each and every one of you. And you can give yourselves a well-deserved clap. Well done, everybody.